A Journey Through Revelations. Do You Truly Know Who You Are? By Joshua Gerstel. What if everything you thought you knew about yourself, about life, about reality, was only a fraction of the truth? This is not just a book. This is an experience, a path laid out before you, inviting you to walk through the depths of your own existence, one revelation at a time. Divided into 3 parts. A Journey Through Revelations grabs you by the proverbial hand and gently guides you through the shadows of your journey. The shadows that you may have been too afraid to explore. The words within these pages are not here to teach you anything new, but to assist you in discovering what you didn't realize you already knew deep within your soul. This is not a book to simply be read. It is a book to be felt, to be lived, to be explored with an open heart and an open mind. So take a deep breath. Let go of expectation. Step into the unknown. Your journey begins now. Part 1, Revelation 1, where it all begins. Do you believe that your journey started at birth? Or is it possible that it began long before, stretching beyond the boundaries of what you have been taught to perceive? What if you have always existed in one form or another, each experience merely a ripple in the vast ocean of your being? You have come to this moment not by accident, but by intention. Every word you read, every thought it sparks, is part of a journey you chose before you even knew you were walking this path. If you are here, it is because something within you is ready to awaken, ready to remember what has always been true. You have been told that reality is fixed, that you are one among many, separate from the whole. But that is merely the illusion created by your senses. The truth is deeper, waiting beneath the surface of what you think you know. The truth is this: you are not separate, you never have been. There is no moment that exists outside of now. Every past, every future is contained within the present. The path forward is not something you find. It is something you reveal, something you create with every thought, every choice, every realization. And so, as you step into this moment with open eyes and an open heart, ask yourself, what is it that I am ready to see? Introspection, the singular path. Your journey is yours alone, yet you are never alone. Every step you take is the step that was meant for you, unfolding into the experience you have chosen to create. What if, instead of searching outward, you turned inward? What would you find in the silence of your own presence? Revelation 2. I am you. If you strip away everything you think you are, your name, your history, your identity, what remains? What is left when you let go of every label, every definition? The answer is simple: you. You are all that remains, the pure awareness, the presence, the knowing that exists beyond all form. And that presence is not separate from anything else. It is the same presence that moves through every being, every moment, every possibility. I am you and you are me. Not in some abstract or metaphorical way, but in the truest sense. We are different reflections of the same light, different waves on the same ocean. The division you perceive is not real. It is simply the way you have learned to make sense of infinite possibility. This is why you feel connected to certain people, why you recognize something familiar in a stranger's eyes. You are not meeting them for the first time. You are realizing a connection that has always existed. The boundaries you see are illusions. The moment you let them fall away, you will see the truth that has been waiting for you all along. Introspection, the mirror of existence. If I am you and you are me, then who is asking and who is answering? Revelation 3. You are me. Do you see yourself in others? Or do you believe they exist outside of you as something separate, something unknowable? Take a moment to let the thought settle. Just as I am you, you are me. Not metaphorically, but truly. You have always believed yourself to be a single entity, a mind contained in a body, experiencing life through your own personal lens. But what if the lens you use to see others is actually a projection of yourself? If you accept that perception shapes reality, then how you see others is just as relevant as how you see yourself. Every interaction, every shared moment, is a mutual reflection of understanding and learning. Think of the last time you judged someone. Perhaps you saw them as unkind, impatient, or lost in their own world. What if that moment was not about them at all, but about you? What if they were showing you something you had yet to resolve within yourself? Every irritation, every judgment, every resistance is an invitation to turn inward and ask, what is this revealing about me? You seek validation from the world, but why? Could it be that the recognition you crave is your own unwillingness to fully see yourself? The external world is not separate from you. It is an extension of your inner reality. You are not experiencing others. You are experiencing the version of them that you have created within yourself. Likewise, when you admire someone, when you feel love, when you see beauty in another, it is because that beauty already exists within you. You would not recognize it otherwise. Love given is love received, harm done is harm received. The illusion of separation is what keeps you from recognizing this truth. When you truly grasp this, everything changes. You stop moving through the world as if you are isolated, disconnected. You no longer see people as strangers, but as projections of yourself, revealing hidden parts of who you are. There is no other. There is only you, experiencing yourself in infinite ways. When you approach life with this understanding, you no longer judge. You no longer resist. Instead, you meet every interaction with curiosity, with openness. Instead of asking, why are they like that? You begin to ask, what are they teaching me about myself? You are me, and I am you. We are not separate. We are different expressions of the same source, different ripples on the same vast ocean of consciousness. And in seeing ourselves in one another, we finally begin to understand what it truly means to be whole. Introspection, the projection of the other. What if every person you meet is a teacher? What if they are showing you the parts of yourself that you have yet to embrace? The kindness, the love, the patience, the struggle. What if these were all movie screens asking you to look deeper? Revelation 4, we are one. There comes a moment when the illusion of separation dissolves, when the lines that once divided blur into nothingness. You begin to see clearly there was never a distinction between you and the world, between yourself and others. There was only ever oneness. You have always been part of something greater. You have never existed in isolation, no matter how alone you may have felt at times. Every moment, every experience, every interaction is a reflection of the whole. The universe does not exist outside of you. It moves through you as you. We are one, not as an idea, not as a philosophy, but as a fundamental truth of existence. The energy that animates you is the same energy that flows through every being, every star, every breath of wind. The same consciousness that looks out through your eyes looks out through mine, through the trees, through the endless expanse of the cosmos. There is no separation. There never was. This realization changes everything. When you understand that you are one with all that is, love becomes effortless. Judgment fades. Fear dissipates. What is there to fear when you are only ever meeting yourself? Who is there to judge when every soul you encounter is simply another version of you, another fragment of the infinite whole? To recognize this truth is to awaken. To live it is to be free. Introspection, the wholeness of being. What if every moment of your life has been leading to this realization? What if every perceived separation was merely a stepping stone toward remembering what you have always known? Revelation 5. The nature of change and the power of surrender. Change moves through life like the wind, unseen, unstoppable, shifting all that it touches. Yet, we resist it. We anchor ourselves to the familiar, grasping at the edges of what we know, believing that if we hold on tightly enough, we can keep the world as it is. But change is not something to be fought. It is something to be embraced, something to be trusted. The mind craves certainty, mistaking control for security. It seeks to shape life into something predictable, something stable, something safe. But life is not meant to be rigid. It is meant to flow. And true power does not come from holding on. It comes from surrendering to the rhythm of what is unfolding. Surrender is not defeat. It is not resignation. It is the quiet knowing that you are never separate from the flow to begin with. It is the understanding that life is not slipping through your fingers. It is carrying you exactly where you need to go. When you resist, you create struggle. When you surrender, you find ease. Resistance tightens, constricts, binds you to the weight of what no longer serves you. Surrender softens, expands, allows. It is the moment you release the need to control that you begin to rise. To surrender is to trust, not blindly, but deeply. It is knowing that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and that even in the unknown, there is wisdom at work. Life is not asking you to let go so you will fall. It is asking you to let go so you can fly. Change will come, not as an enemy, not as a force against you, but as an invitation to grow, to evolve, to step into the vastness of all you are meant to be. The only question is, will you resist or will you allow? Breathe, soften, let go. Trust the current that has always carried you. Introspection, embracing the flow of change. Where in your life are you holding on too tightly? What would happen if you loosened your grip, even just a little? How might surrendering open you to something greater than you ever imagined? Revelation 6. Embracing the unknown. The mind seeks certainty, but the soul thrives in the unknown. Every transformation, every great unfolding begins not with the answers, but with a question, not with a roadmap, but with a single step into uncertainty. And yet we hesitate. We seek reassurance, a guarantee that the path ahead is safe, that we will not lose ourselves along the way. But what if the unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace? The unknown is not a void. It is the birthplace of creation. It is the space where infinite possibilities wait to be realized, where life whispers its invitations to those who dare to listen. To fear the unknown is to fear your own becoming, to resist the very expansion that calls to you. To step into the unknown is not to walk blindly. It is to walk with trust. It is to understand that you do not need to see the entire path to take the next step. The road ahead does not exist until you walk it. Life is not a map laid out before you. It is a story unfolding with each moment, each breath, each choice to move forward. What appears as chaos is often the rearranging of reality to align with your highest unfolding. What feels like uncertainty is often the opening of doors you never knew existed. The unknown does not come to undo you. It comes to awaken you. You are not here to cling to the shore, afraid of the vast ocean before you. You are here to let go, to drift into the infinite, to trust the waves that will carry you exactly where you need to be. Introspection, the gift of uncertainty. You fear what you do not know, and yet, what is the unknown but a part of you that you have yet to meet? You are not becoming something new. You are realizing what you have always been. Revelation 7. The unfolding path. At some point in life, we all ask the question, what's next? We look ahead, searching for direction, for certainty, for a sign that we are on the right path. But the truth is, the path does not unfold because we force it to. It reveals itself as we walk it. We often believe clarity comes from knowing exactly where we are going, but in reality, clarity is found in accepting where we are. Every experience, every challenge, every unexpected turn is part of the unfolding. There is no singular destination, only the continuous journey of becoming. We seek certainty, longing for a clear path before we take the first step. But life does not work this way. The path reveals itself moment by moment. Each detour, each pause, each perceived setback is not an obstacle but a necessary piece of the unfolding. There is no wrong path, no wasted time, only experience, only growth. To awaken to this realization is to free yourself from resistance. The unknown is not a barrier, it is an invitation. What if, instead of worrying about what's ahead, you trusted that each step would reveal exactly what you need, when you need it? What if the lessons you are learning now are shaping the road that is yet to be walked? You do not need to see the entire road. You only need to trust the step before you. Each moment of your life has led you to this one. Every choice, every experience has carried you to where you stand now. You are not lost. You have never been lost. You are exactly where you are meant to be. When you release the need for control and surrender to the natural rhythm of life, you begin to see that nothing is truly uncertain. The journey is not about reaching a final point. It is about walking with openness, with awareness, with trust. You are the unfolding, and the unfolding is you. Introspection, trusting the journey. How often do you resist the unknown instead of embracing it? What shifts when you trust that your path is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see where it leads? How would you move through life if you truly believed that every step was taking you exactly where you need to go? Revelation 8, the eternal moment. Time is an illusion, a construct created to make sense of existence. You have been taught to believe in past and future, in beginnings and endings, in the steady march of moments that shape the arc of your life. But what if this perception was incomplete? What if there was only ever one moment, now? You are always in the present. Even when you recall memories of the past or dream of the future, you are doing so in this singular moment. The past is not something behind you, nor is the future something ahead. They are both expressions of now, ripples in the vast ocean of your awareness. You measure time in hours and days and years and milestones, as though it were something outside of you, something to be chased, conquered, or lost. But time is not running ahead of you. It is not slipping through your fingers. It is not something you must catch up to, nor something you can fall behind. It is here, always, unfolding within you. What if you stop chasing time? What if you release the weight of what has been and the fear of what is to come? You would realize that everything you seek is already here. Every possibility, every answer, every transformation, it is all contained within the present moment, waiting for you to recognize it. The mind wants to rush forward, to anticipate, to control. It wants to hold on to memories, to revisit what has passed, to plan for what has not yet come. But the soul knows that peace is found only when you surrender to what is. It knows that there is nothing to grasp because nothing has ever been separate from you. The eternal moment is not fleeting, it is infinite. It is not something you enter, it is something you awaken to. Every breath you take is eternity touching you. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you are not moving through time, you are time itself unfolding. To live in the eternal moment is to be fully alive. It is to step out of the illusion of before and after, to embrace the wholeness that exists only now. It is to understand that nothing is truly lost, that nothing is waiting to be found. Everything that has ever been and everything that will ever be is already within you. Breathe, be still. Let go of the clock that ticks only in your mind. You are not bound by time, you are boundless within it. Introspection, the power of presence. If time is merely a perception, then what is stopping you from experiencing eternity right now? What would change if you stopped existing in the past or future and fully embraced the present? How does your understanding of time shape your experience of life? And what might shift if you surrendered to the eternal now? Revelation 9. The flow of change and the illusion of control. You stand at the edge of a vast ocean, the horizon stretching endlessly before you. The waves rise and fall in their eternal rhythm, moved by unseen forces beyond your grasp. You step into the water, feeling the tide pull at your feet, its currents shaping the world with or without your consent. Instinctively, you reach down, attempting to hold onto the waves to contain them within your hands. But the more you grasp, the more they slip away, dissolving, reforming, moving as they always have. This is life, a ceaseless, shifting expanse that cannot be held, cannot be controlled, only experienced. For much of our existence, we cling to the idea that we are in control, that if we plan enough, prepare enough, or try hard enough, we can dictate the course of our reality. But control is an illusion, a comforting veil we pull over the vast, infinite unfolding of existence. Change is the only constant, yet we resist it. Fear the unknown, believing that by holding tightly to what is familiar, we can delay or prevent the inevitable. But resistance does not stop change. It only makes it more difficult to navigate. The ocean does not resist the tides, nor does the sky demand that the clouds remain in place. Yet, as humans, we struggle against the natural flow of life, attempting to bend it to our will. We mistake resistance for power and structure for certainty, all while forgetting that true power lies not in control, but in alignment. The trees do not try to hold on to their leaves in the autumn, nor do they grieve their loss when winter arrives. Instead, they surrender to the rhythm of nature, trusting in the unseen cycles that bring renewal. The ocean does not demand that the waves cease their motion, nor does the wind resist its own currents. Why then do we believe that clinging to what was will serve us in what is yet to come? Surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the understanding that life is not something to be tamed, but something to be experienced. When we relinquish control, we do not lose our direction. We gain the ability to move with the flow rather than against it. We shift from force to harmony, from struggle to trust. To embrace change is to embrace life itself. The more we release our grip, the more we realize that we were never meant to control the waves. We were meant to learn how to ride them. Introspection, releasing the illusion and embracing the flow. Where in your life are you holding on too tightly? What fears drive your need for control? What might happen if you chose to trust rather than resist? Can you allow life to unfold without demanding it conform to your expectations? How might embracing change rather than fearing it bring you closer to the natural rhythm of existence? Revelation 10, the silence within. Life is not merely the sum of movement and sound. It is also shaped by the spaces in between, the moments of stillness that give meaning to all that surrounds them. Just as music is not only the notes played, but also the silence that gives them depth, so too is existence composed of both action and pause, presence and emptiness, sound and silence. Yet, we have become uncomfortable with silence. We fill our days with noise, thoughts, distractions, obligations, believing that constant motion equates to meaning. But in doing so, we drown out the very thing that could bring us clarity. Silence is not empty, it is full. It is the space where truth emerges, where wisdom rises to the surface, where the universe speaks in ways that words never could. Stillness is an invitation, a doorway into a deeper knowing. When we allow ourselves to sit in silence, we are not retreating from life, we are stepping into its essence. We are learning to listen, not just to the world around us, but to the quiet voice within, the one that is so often drowned out by the noise of the external. This inner silence is always present. It exists beneath the constant movement of the mind, beneath the layers of fear and worry, beneath the ceaseless dialogue we have with ourselves. It is the part of us that simply is, unshaken, unburdened, untouched by the chaos of the external world. In its stillness, it does not demand, It simply waits to be acknowledged. We often seek answers outside of ourselves, hoping to find guidance in books, in teachings, in the wisdom of others. But the greatest revelations are whispered in the silence of our own being. They arrive when we quiet the mind long enough to hear what has been there all along. The universe is not silent, it is speaking always. It is only in our stillness that we learn to listen. To embrace silence is to embrace yourself. To step beyond the noise is to step into presence, and in presence, you are whole. Introspection, embracing the silence within. How often do you allow yourself to sit in silence? What fears or insights arise when you are alone with your thoughts? How might embracing the stillness between life's moments deepen your understanding of yourself? Can you learn to listen, not just to the world, but to the quiet voice within? Revelation 11. The projection of reality. Reality. Does it truly exist outside of you, in the things you see, touch, taste, hear, and smell? Or is it possible that it is created within you, and your senses are merely the means by which you project it outward in order to experience it? What if the world you perceive is not something happening to you, but something happening through you? Every experience, every encounter, every emotion, are they reflections of something separate from you, or are they projections of what exists within? The universe is not merely a mirror, it is a canvas, and your thoughts, beliefs, and energy are the brushstrokes that shape what unfolds before you. What you love in another is the love you hold within yourself. What you resist in another is the lesson you have yet to embrace. Every frustration, every admiration, every connection is revealing something about who you are. Reality is not fixed, it is fluid, responding to the vibrations you send out. Look at the relationships in your life. What patterns do you see? Are there lessons that keep returning to you, disguised in different forms? Do you find yourself meeting the same kinds of people, facing the same kinds of struggles? This is not coincidence. It is the universe projecting back to you the truths you have yet to recognize. You are not a passive observer of life. You are an active creator. The moment you shift your perspective, the moment you take responsibility for what is being projected outward, your entire experience of reality changes. You are not bound to repeat the same cycles. You are being invited to awaken within them. To change your reality, you must first revisit the experiences that brought pain into your life. Instead of focusing on the pain itself, seek out the lesson it taught you. Pain is not meant to imprison you, it is meant to guide you. When you hold on to negativity, you unconsciously project it into your world, reinforcing its presence. But when you transmute that pain into wisdom, when you shift the way you perceive those experiences, your very being transforms. As your energy shifts, so too does the reality that unfolds around you. Introspection, seeing yourself in everything. If the world is a projection, what is it revealing to you right now? What lessons have been trying to reach you? What changes when you stop seeing the external as separate and recognize it as an extension of your inner world? Where in your past can you find the lessons hidden within painful experiences? And how might shifting your perspective on them reshape the reality you project? Now take a moment and let all that you have read sink in. When you feel that you are ready for more, please find part 2 of this transformative writing on my page, Consciously Aware Awakening. Thank you for your support. May love, light, and awareness find you wherever you are.